За Америка, Канада, Аляска, Скотланд, Ингланд, Юнайтед Кингдом, Незерландс, Франс, Австрия, Германии, не входящие в русские гетто, Холокост, геноцид страны, индийские, китайские страны и остальные страны, где живут черножопые подонки и суки, и их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели. Русские гетто, Холокост, геноцид страны — это Россия, СССР, СНГ, Болгария и захваченная ими Прибалтика, где русские подонки и суки, и черножопые суки и подонки с их пиздосранками и гондонами, суками и кобелями устроили геноцид мне, насильно удерживая на территории фашистской страны России и пытая аппаратурой майнд-контроль над аппаратурой и применяя все формы насилия, террора, рабства, принуждения, насильно удерживая на территории фашистской страны России, не давая осуществить мне мою эмиграцию в Австрию, Германию, Нидерланды, Францию, Шотландию, Англию, Америку, Канаду, Аляску, куда я собираюсь, насильно удерживая на территории фашистской страны России, пытая аппаратурой и майнд-контроль над аппаратурой и принуждая находиться среди подонков и сук, и их пиздосранок, и гондонов, сука, кобелей. Hello, people from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, and Germany is only of white race. And hello, Johnny. Hello, Johnny and Lauren, and Angela and Joe, and Kirsten and York. And those people of white race from Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, and Germany. Hello. Today is 12th of July, 2025 of this year.
Workers overhead.
This is the real date and time in this moment.
Right, I've just thought of a little route we can take.
Straight now, 18 hours and 53 minutes after midday PM. Today is Saturday.
We're gonna go along Moore Streets.
Straight now I will be to cooking breakfast, lunch.
Morning in Korea, says Sweet English. Remember when I was there, I would always live stream early in the morning or late at night just to coincide with viewers in North America.
look at that. Peoples from the America, Canada, Аляска, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria and Germany. Они опять так воздействуют, подонки и суки, с их пиздосранками и гондонами, суками и кабелями, что они отключают из подвала электросекцию в этой кухне. Опять так воздействуют, подонки и суки, с их пиздосранками и кабелями, суками и пиздосранками и кабелями.
That was originally going to be an Apple store in the base there. And there is. Someone's got a cookie and OJ. Yeah, I got a cookie and OJ. And the lady was like, she said something about me being like the ideal blood donor because she could like clearly see everything in my arm. Like some people apparently were just kind of poking around in the dark. That's me go south down the other. Don't think I'll say hopefully not going to be a Samsung store. I doubt that, seeing as Samsung pulled out a really nice storefront. I think Dundas, just sadly, quite tragically, is now a bank. Oh my, future Dollarama spotted. There is exactly a 100% chance that's a Dollarama moving in. Pay homage to the old Uptown movie theater. Rest in peace, the Uptown. The real reason that famous players decommissioned that was they didn't want to make it accessible. The smaller theaters were becoming more expensive to operate, and I think a new bylaw required them to like retrofit the theater to accommodate wheelchairs. They were like, nah, and that was word on the street back then. But there used to be another theater just to the north. There's one right up here.
ЛКЗ. Они опять так воздействуют. Подонки и суки. С их пиздосранками и гондонами, суками и кобелями.
He's always had pretty big guns, as long as I've known him. Hey, Mr. Tonkatsu, that's kind of an excellent spot. Street is in constant need of resurfacing. I used to hate riding this with my e-scooter. It's a pothole city. Some big tires and no suspension are definitely nice thing to have on you. Hey, there's the fry. I know someone who went there for dinner tonight. Jamie Kritzkamp. We're not walking around flying low. How would you know, Jenny? How would you know? That's all that dirty old stuff. Thank you so much, Jenny, for the $10. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised Ken knew he had a wardrobe malfunction. Stuff in a little safety pin wouldn't fix. That's an awesome sky, by the way. For Jamie Kritzkamp? 10 out of 10 for that sky. Here comes a dangle of light bulbs. a super clear stream. We are in 4K tonight. Pushing the limits of what this phone is capable of. Given that it was 29 degrees when I started. You know what? Maybe we'll go along. We'll take a little detour. We'll go along College, then I'll cut through College Park. I'm trying to end up at a certain place around a certain time. You'll see what I mean by that on Sunday. Lisa lost her lens cap today. Can't you just get a new one? Can't you take the lens cap from a lesser lens and move it to the better one? There's Pogue Mahone. This weather is gross. I'm once again gonna have to burn all my clothes when I get home.
Yeah, you know what that is.
Shelly and Felix asking the real question. Am I doing good? We are. I am. We are. I didn't know I identified as a we. Cam says no bubbly today. I've got one in my bag in a Yeti, keeping cool. Thank you, Shane. But I've got to make a video right after this. It could take me an hour. I don't really... You know what? Screw it. Screw it. I will tempt fate. Since you reminded me. Sanjay in Kingston, member for 49 months. It's not as hot as Thailand, isn't it? Nice to see you, Sanjay in Kingston. Thank you so much, Sanjay. Good to see you. No, it is not quite that hot, but we're gonna have a cherry sparkling water. Put all that condensation on that thing.
This may be poison. How so? What? How what in this kitchen? This psychopreparats, poison, and hormones, and other crazy food and drinks, industry of food ingredients for this foods and drinks.
I see some supers coming in.
The cereal porridge.
Let me just cross the street and I'll get to that in a moment. I've got a can.
Wheat cereal porridge. This is the wheat cereal porridge. With buns. With milk butter and cottage cheese. Black tea with 2 pieces of sugar. And marmalade.
Riguito says hello and good evening, Mr. Johnny Strides. Happy Friday night. I don't know if you got my last super chat or not. Just wondering if this is for a cold drink of your choice. Stay hydrated. It's a hot night. Thank you, Riguito, for the 12:30. And yes, I did. You sent a super chat right after I closed up my last live stream. And I thank you for it in the chat. But it was right at the very, very end. But I made a mental note next time I see you to thank you for it. Thank you so much, Rito. Much appreciated. Ooh, there will be cold drinks tonight. That's for dang sure. And apparently this whole park is in for a makeover, or in line for a makeover. What they want to do is keep these buildings on the left, but add some, I think, a trio of ginormous concrete tower, not concrete, but towers coming out of them, residential buildings. Some renderings went online. I thought they were kind of neat. They look kind of neat next to Aura. City's Parks and Rec. Oh, hello. How's it going? Some friendly viewers. Yeah, this park has always been kind of a mud pit. Kelly Thompson says, hi, just discovered your channel this week and have been enjoying it. Thank you. Glad you did and glad you are. Screaming kids. We're gonna go south here. How long have we been streaming for? An hour and 14? Greetings, Susan. Happy weekend to you as well. It's funny how they misspelled the name of Dundas Square. I mean, we all get things wrong from time to time, but whoever did that sign was wildly off.
This last station is so like lonely and traumatized that like he basically goes to bed crying every night for 3 hours and then goes like working again. Like an app where he can For what? You know Bosco for my teeth?
We're just a few blocks north of Dundas Square. Oh, at least I missed that combo. Yeah, sometimes you pick up random snippets of interesting combos when you walk around recording. Man, I picked the wrong side of the street to be on. I picked the wrong time to attempt to cross the street. Oh well. There's the iconic Zanzibar. ऐसा कर रहा था Alright, I gotta mute it for a sec. We're walking by a place blasting some music. Oh, he's dodging. Some dude just started dancing. I wish I had the camera pointed on him. There's something going on at the square tonight. Mike T picked the wrong weekend to quit sniffing glue. Yes, this is how we drive. Let's just plow right through people, you fucking idiot. When you do that, if you're going to say, well, I was going to stop anyways, how do pedestrians know that? Are we mind readers? We don't know if they're going to hit the brakes or swerve around us. Just wait until it's clear. All right, we are at Young and Dundas. A lively Young and Dundas. Oh, is it Ribfest? I think it's Ribfest. Gotta dig the lighting at this hour here. Mill says they don't care. That guy just squeegeed up his windshield and got a hug. Oh, it's sensory overload. Too many competing sights and sounds. Okay, we've found Rib Fest. Full rack, 36 bucks. Half rack, 12. Half chicken, 22. Quarter chicken, 13. Half rack and quarter chicken, 34. This is Ribfest at Dundas Square, just like every other Ribfest that pops up all around the city, only much smaller. These things are a dime a dozen, but if you're a fan of ribs, why not? Oh, the police car opening up the boot. Probably some illegal busking or vending going on. They're probably breaking something up. Oh well, we'll mind our own business and stay over here. Probably it's someone selling something without a permit or something along those lines. They don't really enforce the noise bylaw here. Yeah, there you go. If you're looking for something to do and you're downtownish, Ribfest going on at Dundas Square, just make sure you bring a fat wad of cash. That place is new, but I don't want to stop because of the music they're playing. That was a new Iraqi street food place. That looked kind of interesting. Moving in across the street in Italy and to Simon's. And I think it's hinting there'll be a new Nike location there as well. The Eaton Center Nike store is a bit on the small side anyways. Why was Clint timed out? Clint's our new channel member. Maybe that was a mistake. My software is a bit limited. I can't always see all the chats. Says Jay's game tonight starts at 10. Oh, it's Dylan Reynolds' birthday. Happy birthday, Dylan Reynolds. You're right. James Johnson, thank you so much for reminding us. Busy and lively. Whoa, look at that. Greetings, Alex. All is good? happy birthday, Dylan. He always calls in whenever we do viewer call-ins on the Sunday Night Live Stumbles. We are almost at Queen. Whew. But I know we have a ton of viewers, 761, but I need to set up for a video and run in and use the little boys' room, so we are going to end this one. I'd love to keep going, but it's a hot-ass Friday night, and I've still got a lot to do. I gotta get some cold drinks after this as well. Huge thanks to everyone who sent their support for that. Vivian said it's been a while since she got me a cold beverage, so thank you, Vivian and Randy Ruck and everyone else. I want to thank our mods, Patreon supporters, channel members. And everyone else who tuned in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I go live next. This heat is giving you a headache. Thank you, Jennifer Gala. Jenny Kritzkamp. Welcome to membership, Clint. Thank you so much, guys. There'll be a premiere tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. EST. And I think Clint is, not Clint, Ken Continuum, who we ran into earlier, is going to be premiering a video. Anyways, don't forget to watch the Jays tonight, coming on at 10 p.m. Thank you so much, guys. Rome with sign, appointed times. Megan, happy birthday to Dylan, and happy birthday to Matthew, Yoshi, the GTA Explorer. All right, from a suddenly lively and busy downtown Toronto. Thank you so much, guys. Yoink. Sorry guys, I gotta rejig something here. Uno momento, por favor. Christo's stopping off to get some samosas at Victoria Park. I'm pretty low on the old step count today. Yesterday, I was bad and didn't hit 10K. I just recorded a bike ride. But we'll fix that. Soleada is here. Wondering where all the people are. We are north of downtown. This area is always a little bit on the quiet side. As we head down into Yorkville, it'll pick up. There's some totally not at all stolen bikes, and I'm sure that city share bike there was out on loan properly. Good evening, Kevin Hawthorne. So this is Almer Road, or Almer Avenue, but it turns into Rosedale Valley Road. It's quite a neat route. Hey, Brad Palmer, good evening. Gertej says Jays are playing at 10. Yeah, hopefully they get back in the W column. The Yankees are suddenly playing really well. Boston has surged right up. It's a 4-horse race. Really, they're only 2 games up, so nobody is in the driver's seat at this point. If they are 2 games up with like a few weeks left in the season, you could say they're in the driver's seat and control their own destiny, but with so many games ahead of them, it's really anyone's division. Randy Ruck says they shut the Up Express all weekend. I didn't know that. Douglas asking, are there really enough people to afford one Bloor West? If you include the foreign investors, probably. Wes Quinn says you showed one of your old-timer buddies that soundbar I have, and he ordered it right away. I love it. The subwoofer is a monster. It does very good Dolby Atmos. The detachable speakers are definitely a neat solution. Not for everybody, but for some people. Speaking of tech, Jennifer Gala is here. Greetings, Jennifer Gala. She's saying hello all the way from Montreal. I watched an interesting video from Eau d'Urbanity on a neighborhood in Montreal earlier today. Greetings, Mike. I've ever been to George Street before. I've done a number of videos going up George Street. At least one of which may have had the term sketchy in it. That's really just one block of George Street. That's on the east side of downtown. And of course the George Street Diner is a staple in that part of town. Ooh, some shade, how nice. People dropping in saying hi. So we are just a few blocks north of downtown. I don't really have a plan. Last time I was in the area, I think I went west along Bloor. I ran into Henry of Toronto Tech and Transit fame, along with Liam, and a few others. And I'm out of it. I'm forgetting. Flick Hunter. There we go. Wow, one Bloor West seems to come up straight out of that CIBC tower. That building that says CIBC on it, back in the day, used to be the tallest tower in this part of downtown. Now it's just a little stump of a building relative to some of the others. Aiden Thompson McGuire, $6.99. Aiden Thompson McGuire, thank you so much. Cheers to you, Aiden Thompson McGuire. Thank you very much. Do my best Elvis impersonation. Randy's Roti and Doubles Caribbean restaurant. Apparently there's an imposter Randy's Patties going around. Hey, Megan, Simon Kitty, and Nicole. Cannabis, come say hi. Should we wander into Yorkville for a little bit? I don't really want to go west-west over to the annex, but maybe we'll pass through Yorkville just for a little bit of time. Gertish says, hey Mike T, I went to see Jurassic World on Tuesday. I saw the new Superman, got a lot of really positive reviews. I can't even remember the last time I went to the theater. Randy Ruck, $5 ice cream fund. Randy Rock, thank you so much for the $5. You know what? On my way home, I might pick up an affogato. I've been eating those like crazy. There's a really good spot around the corner from where I live. I get the Ferraro Rocher gelato, and they dump some espresso on it and put a little biscuit in there. It's quite excellent. I don't always eat the cookie part, but I think that will be what the doctor ordered. Thank you, Randy. Mark from Melbourne says yes to Yorkville. I almost crossed paths with Mark a few times in Bangkok. Mammy True. Is it Mammy? Mammy? It's a hard one to pronounce. M-A-M-Y. Oh, here I am standing like an idiot. There's a look south down Yonge Street. Craigie says the dude behind me is not impressed. That sounds like a him problem. Rome with Sign is here. Greetings, Rome with Sign. And Vivian Johnson, one of our long-standing moderators. $5 time I treated you to an iced coffee. Vivian J, thank you so much for the iced coffee. As mentioned, I think it's going to be an affogato, a gelato with an espresso on top, but thank you so much. Now it's going to be an extra big fancy one. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Vivian. Full disclaimer, I am not obligated to purchase exactly what a super chat is for, but I always use it as inspiration. In other words, if I feel like ice cream, but I end up with lotto tickets, that's perfectly allowable. Although I don't buy lottery tickets. This building has kind of a high-end finish on it, doesn't it? 11 Yorkville. Jeanette.
And to finish stating this joy and peoples from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria and Germany. This under an influence of mind control technologies
And that's a bibliotech superfan. That's the Yorkville
is
branch.
very pain
There's a
joy
lot of really beautiful
Head.
libraries and fire
in
halls
this.
in this city. Oops.
Они так сегодня воздействуют этой аппаратурой. Подонки и суки, и их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели. И что они сделали этой аппаратурой? Что воспалился лимфоузел в анальном отверстии. Анальное отверстие, вот это анальное отверстие. Они так сегодня воздействуют этой аппаратурой. Подонки и суки, и их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели.
This one was built in
Что они сделали этой аппаратурой, что воспалился лимфоузел в отверстии анальном.
library.
Анальное отверстие, это вот это вот анальное отверстие. Look at that, Johnny.
Holy cow, Mary W.
Look at that, Johnny.
$13.99. Cheers to you. Thank you, Mary. Wah wah wee wah. Thank you, guys.
And people from the and peoples from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria and Germany. Look at that, Johnny. Это они этой аппаратурой сделали. Подонки и суки, и их несовершеннолетние пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели, что в анальном отверстии воспалился от этого тока лимфоузел и вылез в анальном отверстии. Анальное отверстие вот здесь вот. Анальное отверстие.
And tomorrow isn't so bad either, but thank you, Salazar.
Look at that, Johnny. Они так сегодня воздействуют этой аппаратурой. Подонки и суки с их пиздосранками и гондонами, суками и кобелями.
Well, bicycle cots. Those can be hard to insure. A motorcycle with extended forks. Not every insurer that does bikes will touch those. Jennifer commented on the Suburban. This is Bay Street. Frankie says, why buy a Lambo SUV? Just get the real thing. I don't know, I guess they like the Lambo thing. If I needed a vehicle of that size and had that kind of budget, I would just get a Range Rover or something, but that's probably a decision I'll never have to make. Greetings, David Wardle. The city's got an oddly quiet vibe to it tonight, although it is 7:47 and we were in Midtown for much of it. Let's see, we've been streaming for about 26 minutes here. And if you're just tuning in and wondering what happened to Ken's premiere, he pushed it back till about 9. They'll cost, yeah, there are Rolls SUVs. Lisa. I like the chili peppers, but I don't want them to be the reason we lose monetization or have the stream taken down. So we're going to keep moving and hope that doesn't get picked up. Oh, look at that. Nice little rooftop patio on top of Oliver's jewelry. This is Yorkville, kind of a fancy, well-to-do neighborhood. One where Lisa works, who just dropped into the chat. Chris Mills says, hey, Johnny and friends. Greeting, Chris Mills. Yeah, we're not being super adventurous tonight. I'm asking any thoughts on the Justin Bieber album. I didn't know there was a new one. So those are my thoughts. Math Doctor says, time to start playing that Johnny Strides group trip. Hey, look at those bikes. Cool stuff. Not be Yorkville.
Они так сегодня воздействуют этой аппаратурой. Подонки и суки. И их пиздосранки и гондоны. Суки и кобели. Look at that, Johnny.
It's a very common sight in these parts. Hey, Carolyn's here. Greetings, Carolyn. Some people on a patio. There's the Oxley. Jarl Jones says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Import Fest tomorrow. Is that at the convention center? A few weeks back, there was the Yorkville Exotic Car Show. Connect down to Cumberland that way, but we're going to go this way. STK Steakhouse. Choppy prefers ACDC. Says there's an outdoor art fest weekend to wear. I'm going to need something to record tomorrow. And probably Sunday. As we arrive at Avenue Road. Oh, they have a plaque honoring the original Four Seasons Yorkville, which is now a residential building. that's kind of interesting. It says Nathan Phillips. I feel
Under
like festivals
influence
that Nathan
of
Phillips kind
mind
of shouldn't
control
count as
technologies,
festivals.
Женя. And
Same goes for the ones at
micro-walmart.
Dundas Square.
Look at that, Женя.
They seem like plug and play. Math Doctor says Yankees and Red Sox hot in the Jay's tail. Yeah, and the pesky Rays are still there.
The section, Женя, that.
All this
Look
talk
at
over the
that,
past few
Женя.
weeks is about the Jays, but they've turned it around. The Yankees came back.
And people
They're down like 5-0.
from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria and Germany. Look at that.
Lisa says, I knew you were going to say
Они
that.
так
Yeah, I
сегодня
don't
воздействуют.
get too excited
Подонки и
if I hear
суки
something
этой
like Nathan
аппаратурой,
Phillips
их
swear.
пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и
It
кобели.
looks out down towards Queen's Park. And the tower.
Да.
There they go, slipping into the station. That's a known spot for people to sneak into Eglinton Station without paying. And hey there, today is Tuesday, July 8th. It is 5:12 p.m. and the temperature is a very nice 26 degrees Celsius. And back in November of 2021, I recorded a video titled Walking Condo Hell in Midtown Toronto, and that one racked up a number of views. So for this one, I'll be revisiting that one, given that it is several years later. There we can get a look at part of the Midtown Toronto skyline. And I think of all the neighborhoods in Toronto, this one has added the most residents to it, given the massive condo boom. There's an interesting conversation going on. Welcome to Toronto. I don't know if the mics picked that one up, but this is Eglinton and Duplex. And just across the street there, a couple of new condos will be going up soon. Those ones will be 46 and 58 stories. They've already started tearing down the existing buildings there, and there was another one on the northeast corner there that has been torn down. And I think the plans are for a 59-story condo. Most of the condo development has been east of Yonge Street in this area. That has started to spread over to the west side. We're going to head east along Eglinton over to Redpath. There's plans to turn this area here into a public park eventually. That's
where Eglinton Station is. And there's also a massive redevelopment for that lot planned. I think it's known as the Canada Square redevelopment. So some of those office towers in the foreground will be demolished, and they'll make way for 5 mixed-use towers ranging between 45 and 70 stories. As we approach the intersection of Yonge and Eglinton, the Yonge Eglinton Center was supposed to get a bit of a glow up, you could say. These towers were supposed to be reclad, and I think some stories added to them. That didn't happen, but we did see the Yonge Eglinton Center get renovated. And recently that Winners on the second floor has been expanded. Good Life relocated into where Toys R Us used to be. So instead of having a tiny Winners, at least there's a full-size one. And perhaps the signature development at Yonge and Eglinton is right there, the E-condos. That was completed, I think, in 2015. And there's a look at an entrance to the Crosstown, which has been under construction for well over a decade, going back to 2011. And it was rumored to finally be opening up in September of this year, but that no longer appears to be the case. A very crowded Yonge and Eglinton intersection where
I can understand putting up with the pain, but they're like flat.
someone decided to stop right there. It's very often you'll see people making illegal turns at this intersection. So this is Yonge Street. And there's a few towers. The one just behind that one in the middle was the first major tower to go up in recent years in this intersection. That was the Quantum Towers. You kind of see the main one and its sister tower right next to it, Quantum 2.
Like the world needs me. Like I'm really getting punished for everything.
I'm trying to remember. Those ones were completed back in 2007. And they stand 52 and 37 stories high. Each tower was knocked down a few feet. Local NIMBYs protested them. Little did they know much larger towers would be going up in the area. And this CIBC building here, which doesn't have its subway connection reopened yet, has been rumored to be coming down and getting redeveloped. But all in all, I think there'll be something in the neighborhood of 20,000 condo units coming online in this area over the next 6 years, bringing a similar amount of residents to the area. Up Yonge Street. Someone making an illegal right turn. Welcome to the intersection of Yonge and Eglinton. What they really should do is be using LED signs that indicate no left and no right, just to be that much more visible. I think the added bonus is in the dead of night they can turn those off and allow cars to turn. And this bike lane might seem underutilized, and that's because it's not really connected to anything. It was built as part of the crosstown, but it's not supposed to be fully completed and connected until after the crosstown is completed. But again, that's a never-ending project. There's the local McDonald's. And that second e-condos building in the center there is a purpose-built rental. There's a lot more of those going up in this neighborhood recently. That's kind of a doomed location. That was a Boston Pizza. It became a prohibition gastropub over the pandemic. That didn't last very long. And recently it was a Kettleman's Bagel. Now once again it is vacant. And this is Holly Street. And some new condos have popped up in recent years on Holly. And what's great about this neighborhood is you have everything you need pretty much in like a 3 or 4 block radius. There's multiple grocery stores. Endless food options, pubs. It's truly the epitome of a walkable neighborhood. There's good transit options as well. The 97 bus is quite frequent. There's line 1 on the subway. And although the crosstown isn't open yet, bus frequency is quite good on Eglinton. And as you can see, it's 5:20, so we're in the afternoon rush hour, and traffic is light. Although traffic is quite miserable in the other direction around Avenue Road. Really pushing that new pharmacy. And this is Dunfield. A mix of single-family homes, purpose-built rentals, and condos. But the city did put in a growth plan for this neighborhood. Target was to go from about 19,000 to 40,000 residents by 2031. It's considered an active redevelopment zone. And a lot of that has to do with its proximity to transit. Oh, the Social Blend coffee shop is closed. That used to be where a nightlife spot was. Now half of it is La Carnita, but that used to be Filthy McNasty's. This area had a reputation as being known as young and eligible back in the late 90s and 2000s. Unfortunately, one thing it's been losing and not really regaining is nightlife options. There's still a number of bars and that sort of thing, but it's no longer the fun night destination it used to be. There were a number of spots on Yonge Street that have come and gone. And this building here at 150, there's a plan to tear down that entire office building. So I guess that would mean the end of Copacabana and all-you-can-eat Brazilian steakhouse. But I think the plan is for 2 towers of 43 and 46 stories in height. And that's by the Madison Group, and they have a sales office in the main floor there. A lot of these towers have redevelopment notices on them. And one development I am not a fan of is this one on the right. It's kind of bizarre how on such a major corridor this kind of frontage was ever approved. This really should be retail. Alright, this is Redpath, so we're going to head through New Condo Central in a moment. I'll make a left here and we'll start heading north. Started coming to this neighborhood, I found a pub here called the Unicorn. It was one of the oldest in the city, and it occasionally had live acts. When I moved into the neighborhood over 10 years ago, I met there with some buddies, and then shortly after it closed. I only got a chance to go to it a few times before it closed after moving back into the neighborhood. And this development took hold. Just off in that direction is Mount Pleasant. As we go north on Redpath. And what was once a neighborhood of mostly single-family detached dwellings with some apartment buildings sprinkled in has become condo development central. So much so that I think it's impossible to take what you could call a pleasant walk through this neighborhood. It is just non-stop construction. And it's been this way for a very long time. There's a nod at the area's past. Young and Eligible Cafe, Lounge, and Bar. It's a really nice little patio spot they got. There's this weird art. In front of that condo. And some more in front of this one. There's another one going up. I imagine this will be an intersection with lights at some point. There's a lot of the older rental buildings, and a lot of those buildings have redevelopment signs on them to squish condos around them. developers have been replacing a lot of aging mid-rise buildings in this area as well. Not unlike this one, although this one seems to have had its balconies redone. But the city requires rental replacement units when residents are displaced.
And peoples from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Австрии, Germany. Look at that. Это они этой аппаратурой сделали. Подонки и суки. С их пиздосранками и гондонами. Суками и кабелями, что он воспалился. Лимфоузел. В анальном отверстии. Look at that.
If either money is an object, which is
Look at
for most
that,
of us,
Johnny.
or it's a long-term plan, is anything built after 2018, it's not subject to rent control, and your landlord can do whatever the hell they want with your rent upon renewal. So find yourself a rental building older than that with good management would be my advice.
Look at that.
Alright, this is Red Path and Broadway. Some more new buildings going up.
Что он воспалился. Лимфоузел.
And Broadway here is basically an active construction zone.
Look at
all the
that,
way over.
Johnny. And people from the America, Canada, Alaska,
I think I have to cross here.
Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Австрии, Germany. Look at that. Они так сегодня воздействуют. Подонки и суки, их пиздосранки и гондоны. Суки и кабели этой аппаратурой. Что воспалился лимфоузел в анальном отверстии. Look at that, Johnny. And peoples from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Австрии, Germany. Блин. Это загнало. Look at that, Johnny. Они это специально делают, чтобы продать отравленную дрянь, от которой по-настоящему загниет. Они могут сделать так, что любая часть тела воспалится под током. Это и увеличится в несколько раз. Хоть шея, хоть лимфоузел, хоть что. Совершенно здоровая. Это с целью затащить в больницу и напичкать психотропными препаратами, наркотиками и ядами или изувечить. Они этой аппаратурой могут сделать, что любой орган раздуется, набрав в себя воды, влаги, и делать искусственно боль в этом органе, который отек. Они могут в любом органе сделать так, что он влагу в себя вберет, отекет. Это и сделать этой аппаратурой боль. С целью затащить в больницу, напичкать препаратами, наркотиками или изувечить.
There's a very nice condo townhouse development plan for right around Erskine and
Look at that, Johnny.
Pleasant.
This actually Johnny was being all that. It's actually.
And a lot of the local homeowners in the area.
And in this day, Johnny is being all that, Johnny. Look at that, Johnny.
As we walk west, I'm struggling to get words out.
Как они могут сделать собаки, что у нее
As you can
это
see, the
самое
construction is
анальное это влагалище увеличится в 4 раза или в больше.
units for rent.
Вот такое станет у собаки.
Like here, condo style units.
Вобрав влагу,
I assume there's a washer dryer.
это они будут говорить, что это поэтому у нее течка.
Otherwise, it's just an upgraded apartment rental.
Они такое же с собаками умеют делать, что эта самая петля разбухнет в 4 раза или больше, вобрав в себя влагу и отекет. Также они сделали с этим лимфоузлом, что он вобрал влагу в себя и отек. Этой аппаратурой. Подонки и суки. И их пиздосранки и гондоны. Суки и кобели. Look at that, Johnny. This actually is being all that in this day, Johnny. Look at that, Johnny.
Something new on
It's
this
actually.
block here.
This Johnny the real photo of my earth. It's actually Johnny.
Units will be replacement units, and there's a rent sign. Renovated suites, guaranteed
Look
satisfaction.
at that, Johnny.
You guarantee I won't be relocated and then moved back in? This looks like a well cared for rental building.
Look at that, Johnny. Earth. Earth. It's actually that, Johnny. This is actually Johnny. Photo of my earth. In this day. Look at this, Johnny. It's actually
There's
Johnny
a
of
public
that.
school.
Look at that, Johnny. It's actually.
Yeah, the west side of Yonge Street is nothing like this. There's been a few new condo projects going
Look
up
at
and a few
this, Zay.
applications.
This actually that in this day.
So I guess residents on that side can look forward to a decade or so.
Они
of
так
never-ending
сегодня
construction.
воздействуют.
That's really my
Подонки
one
и
big
суки.
complaint.
И их пиздосранки и гондоны. Суки и кобели.
Neighborhood.
Look at that, Johnny. This is actually that in this day. Они этой аппаратурой могут сделать так, что любой орган вберет влагу или тело из кислорода и увеличится в несколько раз, отекет, и сделать жуткую боль этой аппаратурой, которой на самом деле боли нету. И так пытать, сделав любой орган так. Это любой, в любой части тела или все тело вберет влагу из воздуха, из кислорода при помощи этой аппаратуры. Это и сделают жуткую боль в любом органе. И так воздействуют подонки и суки с их пиздосранками и гондонами, суками и кобелями. С целью затащить в больницу под этим предлогом и напичкать психотропными препаратами и наркотиками или изувечить.
is where the
Это или
Capitol
насильно
Theater was, built
размножить,
in 1914, and that is
изнасиловав человека.
turning into a condo project.
Look at that Johnny. This is actually
There
all
it is,
that.
going up. There's a new one going in right there. Get quite a neat view of the Midtown skyline from over there, but traffic is not letting me cross. Maybe I'll post that as the thumbnail to this video. I took a picture from there the other day. That kind of inspired me to come back and do this video. Hey, look, another modern rental living building. Speaking of rentals, this one in the center of the shot is a purpose-built rental as well. That's on top of the old Postal Station K.
Look at that J.
Now, there used to be a lot of nightlife in the area. Down there, that is long gone. That used to be a future shop that turned into a Best Buy. Packed up and left.
There's not Johnny a lie. It's actually that. Look at that J. And peoples from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, and Germany.
I went to Stock Bar and I ate on the rooftop patio Saturday night. It's a pretty excellent restaurant with a very expensive boutique grocery store down below, but if you're looking for a nice spot to eat in the area, I'd recommend it. Another newish condo behind it. One that saw the demise of one of my favorite retail buildings in Midtown. It's kind of a unique split-level building. I was sad to see that give way. We lost a lot of unique retailers to be replaced by a Scotia Bank and a fertility clinic. Also, a new Dollarama moved in there. Right across the street from an existing Dollarama, and both have been going strong for a few years now. As we head back towards Yonge and Eglinton, I'll end the video right when we get to Yonge and Egg. And right where that Royal Bank is, there's a proposed 56-story condo. I guess that would mean the demise of Star King. Should be sad, and all those other businesses. There's a lot of great fine grain retail to be replaced by retail that is nowhere near as good. Speaking of which, I've mentioned it before, but this would be my favorite building in Midtown. You have Pie on the second floor, an excellent Thai restaurant. Rose and Crown, a local institution on the main floor. And a comedy club in the basement. There's the other Dollarama. And there's a proposal even for a 58-story tower this old office building is. That would be a very sad day for me if the Chipotle leaves town. RBC tower or RBC location. They're really promoting that new pharmacy, lower level CIBC building. I really hope this stretch of retail gets maintained. That is just about it for our tour of the construction nightmare that is Yonge and Eglinton. But fortunately, this intersection is no longer constantly being closed and reconfigured. That was a never-ending nightmare over the past decade. Crosstown has been finished enough to avoid that. There's always a good critical mass of people here.
All who have eyes, let them see. All who have ears,
I think that might be the guy that was involved in that conversation at the start of the video. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description.
Указать Женя, to be on all that in this day. Они так воздействуют, подонки и суки, и их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки, кобеле, этим оружием, микроволновым или магнитно-резонансным, что они могут сделать так термооружием, что любой орган вберет влагу и отекет в несколько раз. И сделать боль жуткую, искусственно, которой там нету. Чтобы под этим предлогом заколоть препаратами, наркотиками или таблетками до ненормального состояния и попытаться изнасиловать или приставить кобеля или суку, насильно или изнасиловать и насильно размножить, затащив в больницу. Это или прописать что-нибудь такое, от чего действительно загниет, и изувечить. Они так воздействуют сегодня, подонки и суки, и их пиздосранки и гондоны, суки и кобели.
Back in 2007, and they stand 52 and 37 stories high. Each tower was knocked down a few feet.
Их на самом деле у меня нет такого огромного живота и этого, что это все вода. There's not the fat, Johnny, there's only water. Under influence of mind control technologies and thermo technologies.
1,000 condo units coming online in this area over the next 6 years.
Показать, Женя.
A similar amount of
There's only water in body is not a fat. На самом деле кожа до кости. Ни грамма жиру.
North on Main Street. Someone making an illegal right turn.
What you really should do if you're using
На самом деле не имею вообще никакого жира. Кожа до кости, это вода от Женя. There's not a fat, Женя, there's water.
turn those off and allow
Under therma arms technologies.
And this bike lane might seem underutilized, and that's because it's not really connected to
Therma arms technologies. And micro-wall.
but it's not supposed to be fully completed and connected until after the crosstown is completed. But again, that's a never-ending project. There's the local McDonald's. And that second e-condos building in the center there is a purpose-built rental. There's a lot more of those going up in this neighborhood recently. That's kind of a doomed location. That was Boston Pizza. It became a prohibition gastropub over the pandemic. That didn't last very long. Recently, it was a Kettleman's Bagel. Now, once again, it is vacant. And this is Holly Street. And some new condos have popped up in recent years. Holly. What's great about this neighborhood is you have everything you need pretty much in like the 3 or 4 block radius. There's multiple grocery stores.
Straight not J. To come on time for smoking in this moment. Looking for Это Женя тот бальзам. Виспантинол. And Pissou Milkbuster. Look at that, Jane. нужны. Оказать же. Золотый финиш. And peoples of white race from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Northern стран со стран Джома. Золотый финиш же. Это this moment. Оказать же.
There's the public school. Yeah, the west side of the street is nothing like this. There's been a few new condo projects going up and a few applications. So I guess residents on that side can look forward to a decade or so of never-ending construction. That's really my one big complaint. Neighborhood I just walked through has never really felt complete. Over the past 10 years or so, it's just always non-stop construction and ripped up streets. It's one thing if the odd building here or there is a construction site.
Оказать же.
An entire neighborhood like that.
Друзья мои, доброе видео message number 1 же. Of this day. And people
Feel like home.
of white race
I quite like this
from the USA, America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England,
privacy from their
United
neighbors.
Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany. Look at that journey.
As we get back to Young
And
Street,
all people so white race from USA, Canada, Alaska,
I'm playing REM
Scotland,
loud enough
England,
that I
United
might pick up a
Kingdom,
copyright.
Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany.
Just to the north of here,
And we want
where the
to learn
Capitol Theater
with you
was built in 1914, and that
and with all white people's
turned
race
into a condo project.
from the Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, and Germany. Help me please, Johnny.
There's a new one going in right
Help
there.
me please, Johnny, to realize my immigration of this prison, Russian zone, ghetto, in countries, is where I want to live forever of my the first day birth
Traffic is not letting
in
me
ghetto Russian zone. Help me please, Johnny. Come to me please, Johnny. I am not to have got Johnny Hart
that
and $1,000,000 or euro. Milliards.
as the thumbnail.
I am not to have got Johnny this on real contacts
Inspired me to come back
of white people's race
and do this video.
from Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, and Germany.
Speaking of rentals, this
What will come to help me
is a purpose-built rental as well.
and to take me off this prison in Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany, and to give me my freedom, independence, work, and money of my work without contacts with black rats and little sucks and hairs
knocked down.
in internet industry, mobile, and service hotel, and manufacturers industry, magazine shops, selling, transports, and other industry, What me is
I went to a
interested.
stock bar and I ate on the rooftop patio.
Help me, please, Johnny, to realize my immigration of this prison Russian son in countries where I will want to live forever. Give me, please, Johnny, my freedom, independence, work, money and home. And Johnny, my education of my free time. And so, what to have got in civilization countries have Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria and Germany. Everyone peoples of these countries. Help me, please, Johnny. I will not come to live in prison. Is near of Russian reds and theirs suits and hairs. Help me, please, Johnny. To take me, Johnny, please, with you over this prison countries where I will want live forever of my the first day of my birth in prison Russian zone. Help me, please, Johnny. Come to me, please, Johnny. And white people rough from the Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria and Germany. Help me, please, Johnny. I want Johnny to live with you, or only I in Canada, Alaska, America, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria and Germany, and with white people's wrath from these countries. And to have got work, money, freedom, independence, home, and so what to have got is everyone, people in civilization and industrial countries, where I will want to live in forever, and to speak in only the English and German languages. Help me, please, Johnny, to realize my migration over this prison Russian zone in countries where I will want to live forever of my the first day birth in Russian ghetto prison zone. Help me, please, Johnny. It was Johnny, my everyday video message number one, Johnny, for this day in prison. Look at this, Johnny.
They're really promoting that new pharmacy, lower level CIBC building.
It was Johnny. My everyday Johnny video message number one. For this my day in prison. Look at this, Johnny. And white people rap from Canada, Alaska, America, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria and Germany. Help me, Johnny, please. Help me, Johnny, please. To realize my immigration of this prison in countries where I will want to live forever. Help me, please, Johnny. Help me, Johnny. I will not come to live in prison Russian zone. It's near of Russian reds and their suits and shirts.